Fake AI-generated images are causing real harms. 60 Minutes uncovered nearly 30 incidents in U.S. schools where AI nudes of minors are being created and shared. Frustrated parents and students forced to deal with the consequences are demanding legal action. 60 Minutes correspondent Anderson Cooper has the story.
When you first heard the rumor, you didn't know that there were photos or a photo of you?
No, we didn't know. I think that was like the most chaotic day I've ever witnessed.
In a school, somebody gets an inkling of something and it just spreads.
It's like rapid fire. It just goes to everyone. And so then when someone hears this, it's like, wait, like AI? Like no one thinks that could like happen to you.
Francesca Mani knew nothing about nudify websites when she discovered she and several of the girls at Westfield High School in New Jersey had been targeted. According to a lawsuit later filed by one of the other girls through her parents, a boy at the school uploaded photos from Instagram to a site called Clothoff. We're naming the site to raise awareness of its potential dangers. There are more than 100 of these nudify websites. A quick search is all it takes to find them. Clothoff is one of the most popular, with more than 3 million visits last month, according to Graphica, a company that analyzes social networks.
To talk more about this disturbing trend, I want to bring in tech, gaming, and culture reporter William Antonelli. William, this is incredibly disturbing. And the one thing that I sort of keep thinking in watching a story from Anderson about these sites creating fake nudes of individuals is I've yet to see a story where AI is being used for something actually beneficial to civilization and humanity. Perhaps it does have applications, maybe in the military or in the business world, business to business, but I've yet to see anything that the consumers have access to that is good. Am I missing something?
I think that you have a very good point. I think that the majority of consumer-grade tools, they've been advertised as, let's say, oh, we can save you time by writing an email. We can save you time by making an image for you that you can share with your friends. But as you've noted, these are tools that can be very easily misused, most especially here at making fake images or fake text that then can be passed off as real in an attempt to sort of trick the public.
Yeah, so the FBI, as you know, has been warning about the threat of sextortion. That's what they're calling it among children. Is it a possibility that some of these images that are created with this AI tool are being sold?
Oh, absolutely. One of the biggest ways that this sort of sextortion happens is on chat apps like, say, Telegram, for example. People will go on Telegram to find so-called AI artists. They'll give those artists, let's say, 10 pictures of someone they know, and they'll pay that artist. And then the artist will come back to them with that same person, but now nudified using the AI. So in that sense, these pictures are absolutely being sold. We also have some other people who will make, let's say, 100 images, not necessarily of real people, but of images, AI images that are based on pictures of real people, and then they'll sell those.
So are there any laws protecting the victims of this kind of internet activity or laws to punish the bad actors? And what are the CEOs who are responsible for either AI applications like ChatGPT or the guy or the woman or the person who runs, what's that site called?
Clothoff.
Clothoff. I mean, what are they saying?
So that gets a little bit complicated. As you know, with any law in the U.S., it really depends on where you're living. There is a federal statute that says that AI imagery of underage people is illegal, but that's not often enforced. And when it comes to the states, depending on what state you live in, that sort of thing may be classed as revenge porn, which is illegal. Or in some cases, you might go to the authorities and they'll say, well, this isn't real. What do you want us to do about it? And it becomes even harder when it comes to prosecuting the actual people who own these websites, like Clothoff. Clothoff, in particular, is owned by a shell company of a shell company, which is run by people in separate countries. So whether or not you want to prosecute them, it's going to require a worldwide effort. And when it comes to the CEOs, just last month, a number of Congress people actually sent a letter to both Tim Cook of Apple and Satya Nadella of Google, trying to ask them, what are you doing to proactively stop the flow of apps like these that can nudify real people? They haven't gotten a response yet, but I believe that the response from these CEOs in the past when asked about AI abuses has generally been, we don't condone this sort of thing. People can do what they want. Well, we don't want people to do what these sort of things, but they can without us knowing about it. And essentially they'll say, well, the good things about AI, they definitely outweigh the bad, but as you noted right at the start of this program, that isn't always the case.
Yeah, I haven't seen any indication of that. And it's interesting to me that you can provide children with iPhones or with Google phones or Android devices, and you can sort of, as you set them up, you can set them up for children, but even in setting it up, it allows children to access these social media sites, which I think is a problem. And these CEOs should say, look, if you're setting up a device for a child, the child can in no way, shape, or form download Instagram or TikTok or any of these things that could be detrimental to them. Then perhaps you'd see a change. But it doesn't seem that, because as you know, William, they want sort of a cradle to grave use of their products and technology. So,
absolutely.
really interesting reporting. William Antonelli for us this morning. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.